Every Thursday night, the downtown Austin diner glowed under its flickering red neon sign, offering warmth to tired souls escaping the drizzle outside. Among the clinking plates and the smell of grilled cheese and bitter coffee, one figure stood out, not because she was loud, but because she wasn't. Rachel, a 24-year-old waitress, moved from booth to booth in a worn green apron, her steps efficient, her eyes distant. She never smiled. Not when customers joked. Not when tips were generous. Not even when kindness was offered. To most people, she was invisible, just part of the diner's furniture. But to Ethan Blake, a 38-year-old single father, she was impossible to ignore. Every week, Ethan brought his 6-year-old daughter Lily for their cherished, daddy-daughter grilled cheese night. He noticed everything: the way Rachel avoided eye contact, the stiffness in her shoulders, the exhaustion etched into her face. She carried herself like someone holding something heavy, something unseen. That night felt different. The rain outside matched the heaviness inside the diner. Ethan noticed Rachel's hands trembling slightly as she poured coffee, the way she paused when he thanked her. It wasn't rudeness. It was pain. Ethan, who carried his own quiet exhaustion from juggling work, parenting, and loss, recognized that look. It was the look of someone surviving, not living. As Lily drifted off to sleep beside him, Ethan felt a nudge in his heart, a quiet voice urging him to do what most people never do. To ask. Not to judge. Not to demand happiness. But simply to see her. When Rachel returned to refill his mug, Ethan spoke softly, careful not to wake Lily. His voice wasn't intrusive, it was gentle, almost hesitant. "Can I ask you something?" Rachel froze mid-pour, startled but nodded. Then came the question that would change everything: "Why don't you ever smile?" The diner's background noise faded in that moment. Rachel's body tensed, her grip tightened, and her eyes dropped to the counter. She swallowed hard and apologized, assuming she had failed at her job. "I'll try to do better," she whispered. But Ethan quickly corrected her. This wasn't a complaint. It was concern. He told her he'd noticed her sadness, that she shouldn't have to carry it alone. That was when the dam cracked. Rachel stepped back, hands shaking, eyes filling with tears she'd clearly practiced holding back for a long time. Without another word, she fled to the kitchen. Ethan immediately regretted asking. Maybe he'd crossed a line. Maybe silence would have been kinder. Minutes passed, 10, then 15. The knot in his chest tightened as he replayed the moment over and over. When Rachel finally returned, her eyes were red and swollen. She didn't speak much. Instead, she placed a folded piece of paper beside his coffee cup. Her voice trembled as she whispered that she couldn't say it out loud, but if he truly wanted to know, the truth was there. She walked away before he could respond, leaving behind a piece of paper that held the weight of an entire life. Ethan unfolded the paper slowly, sensing that whatever lay inside was fragile. Rachel's handwriting was messy, rushed, as if written through shaking hands. She addressed him simply, "Dear stranger." She explained that she hadn't smiled in over a year, not because she didn't want to, but because it felt wrong. Her baby boy, Noah, had died at 6 months old from sudden infant death syndrome. One night, she came home from her shift at the very same diner and found him not breathing in his crib. She wrote about how his father left when she got pregnant. How she worked 2 jobs, dropped out of college, lived in a shelter, and saved every dollar just to give Noah a tiny apartment and a second-hand crib. She described his laugh, his kicking feet when she sang off-key, the joy he brought into her hard life. And then, just like that, he was gone. Rachel explained why she couldn't smile, because smiling felt like betrayal. Like moving on meant leaving Noah behind. The letter ended with gratitude. Gratitude for being seen. For being asked. For once, someone noticed. Ethan's hands trembled as he folded the note. Suddenly, Rachel's silence wasn't cold, it was sacred. Her grief wasn't weakness, it was love with nowhere to go. He looked across the diner and saw her not as a waitress, but as a mother still holding her child in her heart. Ethan stood, gently lifting Lily into his arms, and walked toward the counter. Rachel turned, surprised. His voice was quiet, respectful. "Can I hug you?" he asked. "Not to fix anything. Just so you know you're not alone." Rachel nodded, tears spilling freely now. He set Lily down gently and wrapped his arms around Rachel. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't dramatic. It was human. Two strangers connected by grief, standing still in a world that rarely slows down for pain. That hug said what words couldn't, that her loss mattered, that her silence was understood, that she didn't have to carry it alone anymore. Weeks passed. Rachel didn't expect to see Ethan again. Most people disappear after things get uncomfortable. But Thursday came, and there he was, back in the booth with Lily, sharing grilled cheese and milkshakes. Lily greeted Rachel with a bright smile, innocent and warm. Something shifted. Rachel laughed, a small, surprised sound. For the first time, it didn't feel like betrayal. It felt like a thread reconnecting her to the world. Ethan told her gently, "You laughed. That's a start." Rachel smiled, just a little. This time, it felt okay. Ethan kept coming, not to rescue Rachel, not to push her to move on, but simply to be there. Sometimes with Lily. Sometimes alone. Sometimes just for coffee. He never asked her to smile again. He never rushed her grief. Slowly, the smiles returned on their own. Small ones at first, when Lily told jokes, when customers complimented her haircut, when life surprised her with softness instead of loss. One night, Ethan brought a small photo frame. Inside was a picture of Noah, carefully printed. Beneath it were words written neatly, "He mattered." Rachel broke down. No one had ever done something like that. Ethan told her gently, "He matters to me now too." "Because you do." Rachel placed the frame behind the counter, beside the napkins and ketchup bottles, a quiet memorial in the middle of ordinary life. A reminder that grief shared becomes lighter. Thursday nights turned into dinners at Ethan's home. Playdates became picnics. Friendship grew into trust. Not a fairy tale, but something real. Rachel never forgot Noah. But she learned that smiling didn't mean forgetting. It meant honoring him by living. By allowing joy to exist alongside grief. The story began with a simple question in a diner, and became a reminder that the quietest people often carry the loudest pain. All it takes is one kind soul willing to ask, to listen, and to stay.